I'm gonna show you how to make a Rottweiler out of long 260 balloons, all 260s. And what we're going to need to get started for the face is 2 sets of black 260s. You wanna take, well, 4 black 260s, tie them together at the knots, and each one has a 6-finger tail. So 6 fingers for each one on each side. And let a nice puff of air out before you tie it so that it's a little mushy. And then take 2 mocha brown balloons and do the same thing. 6-finger tail, let a little air out so it's nice and mushy. And to start the face, what we need is 1 set of the black 260s, and we're gonna start down here where the neck would be, and you're going to make a cherry tomato size bubble and pinch twist it. So this is gonna be about 1 inch, and we're gonna pinch twist that. And then what we need is both of these, we're gonna twist them together at 4 fingers. So hold them together and then twist them 4 fingers. Then make another pinch twist in one of the balloons. I guess it doesn't really matter. Try to get it in the other balloon. If not, don't worry about it. A 1-inch bubble and pinch twist it. Now this is gonna run along the bottom of the jawline. Guys, put your 4 fingers up there and then twist that together. And then hold these up and see which one has the longer tail. And it doesn't really matter because we're gonna end up breaking it off anyway. Make a 1-inch bubble or cherry tomato size little round bubble and pinch twist it. And then we're gonna do it again. And this is gonna actually be the bottom lip of your Rottweiler. So after you do that, make another 4-finger set of bubbles. Twist them together. Take one that has the longer tail and make a cherry tomato sized bubble and pinch twist it. So you have something that looks like this. So this gets wrapped under the bottom lip. This is going to be the front of your Rottweiler's mouth. These are going to just roll up along the sides of the muzzle in the front, and they will get squished down and wrapped under that pinch twist, if you could see that. Probably should have shown you with a different color balloon, but I want to make sure it looks like a Rottweiler instead of a frog or something like that. So twist those around. They'll run right up along there. And you can pause and rewind, remember. And then before we go any farther, what you want to do, you have this. You want to take your next set of black balloons and you're going to wrap it around the second pinch twist right here. So wrap this right around. So you have this. And then this gets a 4-finger bubble. So 4 and 4, wrap it together. And then we're gonna aim this upward like so, like that. And then the brown one, right across the top here, is 4 fingers. And we're gonna make 4-finger bubble here and right here. And we're gonna just wrap these 2 together. Like this. So you have a little square in there. See the little square? Everything is doubled so far. And then put these brown ones sort of in the back for now. And then see right up above the nose, these 2 that are sticking up in the way front above the muzzle? These are actually going to be cheeks. And we're going to stretch those down to this second pinch twisted bubble right down here. But when you twist it back here, let me move these out of the way so you can see. This one's going to go down on the other side. So like that. but we're going to kind of shape it. So we want to squeeze it a little bit and curve it and shape it, and then it goes, it's going to drop down to the side like that, and then you're going to twist it around that second pinch twisted bubble from where you started in the back. Wrap that around. See it? It's about 10 fingers of a bubble, and it's mushy. And then do the same thing with the other one that's right up here by the nose. It's about 10 fingers. Squeeze it down a little bit, the air down, and then wrap that on the second pinch twist. So about 10 fingers of a bubble, and wrap it around the second pinch twist. And so now what you want to do is kind of tuck this part, the second set of 4-finger bubbles up underneath. Just kind of tuck it. Pull it down and tuck it a little bit. Right like that. Now what we want to do is take the brown one, whichever one has more of a bubble here. We'll make a 1-inch bubble in the back of the head and pinch twist it. You can pinch twist it by just turning all of them around in a circle. So you do want to pinch twist back there. So then after you put a brown bubble back there, bring your black ones up to the front where the nose is. Make sure it's twisted so it doesn't come undone. Hold 4 fingers up here where the eyes are going to be, or where they should be, and twist all 4 of those around. Make a 4-finger bubble, about that size. Keep the brown ones in the back still. And then we're going to make a 4th. This is actually going to be a 3-finger bubble and a 1-inch bubble, and pinch twist it. So right up to the ears, 3-finger bubble. You can get away with a 4-finger bubble. If you just want to make all 4-finger bubbles, you can get away with it. But at the top by the ears, you want to do that. 3 fingers, pinch twist, and a pinch twist, cherry tomato size. And you have this. And now what we want to do is do a 6-finger bubble, 4, 5, 6. Squeeze it a little bit. Right in front of there. Twist that. Should be 6 fingers. And then that second pinch twist where you started again. This is going to get wrapped around there, the back of there, or all around, and it's going to pull your whole Rottweiler's head together. Do the same thing on this side. 4, 5, 6. Squeeze it down a little bit, right from underneath this pinch twisted ear. 6 fingers. Right up above that. Twist it and pull it down. You want to make sure it's the same size as the other one on the other side, and wrap it around that second pinch twist, or the balloons that are right at the bottom, and you can just wrap it around there. That's fine. So you have something that looks like this. Put this brown pinch twist right in the back, like that. So far you should have this. Now what you want to do is take this bubble here, and you're going to pull these 2 side bubbles up front. So kind of pull it up front so your Rottweiler has sort of like a block head, right like that. And now you're going to do the eyebrows. So right up here on the top, you're just going to wrap this right down along the front and into one of the little ears. We didn't really finish the ears yet, but we're going to put his eyebrows in. So you have this on each side. So here's what the back looks like. And then keep those mocha brown ones in the back. And here is what the front looks like. You can tuck it if you need to. And then there's four black ones coming out of the back. So that's what we have so far. Now what you want to do is take 2 more black 260s with 6-finger tails. And we're going to wrap the knot around. See where the ears will go? Right up here on the sides. We're gonna wrap the knot, one knot around each side. As we're gonna bend one of these around 4 fingers, and then you're just gonna take it, and before you twist it into the pinch twist, squeeze some of the air out and curve it. We want to give it some shape. And then wrap it around once you do that. So there's one, it's pretty mushy. There's one ear. And do the same thing over here. Wrap it around 4 fingers and then squeeze it. Wrap that around to give it some shape. And then you want to make sure you shape it like that. This should be tucked. This bubble back here should be tucked into this part. So just kind of tuck that up. You probably have to re-tuck it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this one and we're going to make a double bubble and tuck it in to fill out the side and just give them more of a block head. So see this one that runs down the side of the face? We want to make it just a little bit shorter, like about 5 fingers. And then take it back up to the ear, squeeze it a little bit because you want it a little bit mushy. Wrap that around the pinch twist. If it's mushy, you should be able to wrap it. Do the same thing on the other side. You should be able to wrap it around that pinch twist without too much trouble if you mush the balloon down. And you always want to let a puff of air out, especially when you're doing these detailed sculptures, so that it looks okay, you know, or so it doesn't pop on you. Now what we're going to do is see these that are here and here. We're going to tuck them in to the sides right here in the back. Tuck that in and it'll come up front right here. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and it'll make it more of a blockhead the other side. So you have this. And this is what we just tucked in here and right here. Right here and here. And now what we want to do, we're going to keep some of that mahogany on the back, but we want to run the balloon down the back of the head. And see these ones on the sides that are sticking out? You want to make 2 double bubbles, 4 and 4. So 4 on this right here, and then pick one of the balloons and give it another 1-inch bubble pinch twist. Do the same thing on this side. 4 fingers, twist it. Pick one of the bubbles and give it a 1-inch bubble pinch twist, so you have this right coming out the back. See it? Alright, and then take your mahogany one and we're going to run it down there, and it's going to be about, I'm going to say 10 fingers. Twist it and wrap it in to that pinch twist right up above these 4 fingers that you just put in. So you have, like, that's going to be a side of the head. We're going to build the head out a little bit. Do the same thing over here. 10 fingers. Give it a little squeeze. Twist it, or same size as the other one. Wrap it around that other pinch twist where we just put the double 4-finger bubble. Wrap that around. Now what you want to do is take one of these balloons, doesn't really matter which one, and you're going to make a 5-finger bubble, the black one, in the back at the bottom. One of these 4 bubbles right here. Maybe one of the longer ones, it doesn't matter. Make a 5-finger bubble, twist it, and attach it to that other pinch twist on the back. And wrap that around. And then take these two black ones up here, and we're gonna kind of tuck them in beside these brown mocha ones. We want to keep some of that mahogany on your dog on the back of the balloon too, just to give them some color. And then we're gonna tuck these down underneath where you just made that 5-finger bubble. Just tuck those down right there. That will fill his head out a little bit, right like that. Okay, you should now have something that looks like this. And what we're going to do now is start building out the neck of your Rottweiler dog. So, to do that, see this little bubble that's pinch twist that's sticking out here, your ear twist? You want to take these mocha brown ones and measure 4 fingers coming down from each side. Give it a twist and connect it to this pinch twist bubble right here. So I'm going to connect that right there. And then take from the other side, the other mocha brown one, and go down 4 fingers and twist that same as you did the other one. And twist it right around the pinch twist in the front. Like this. Alright, so these 2 bubbles right under here are just tucked back in underneath these side ones. Just give them a little tuck in. And then what you want to do is go on the sides. These black ones that are sticking out, only one black one. It doesn't matter about all the other ones. See, you should have 2 black ones. This one has some extra ones. But sticking out of the sides of right where the mocha brown one comes down each side. And you're going to make a 2-finger bubble on each side. So you're kind of everything you're doing on that side, you're going to do it on this side. So make a 2-finger bubble, and then a 1-inch bubble, and pinch twist it. And do the same thing over here. Make a 2-finger bubble and a 1-inch bubble and pinch twist it. And then run these mocha ones up 4 fingers to those on the side. So straighten these out so they're down like this. And then run this balloon back. Should be about 4 fingers. So you have one right there, and then do the same thing with this one on this side. Right like that. So, see, he's starting to take shape. Now it's time to add more 260s to build out the chest and the legs and the body. So, next you need 8 260s blown up with 2 tied together. All of them have 6-finger tails and a nice puff of air out of them. 2 tied together, 2 tied together, and 4 tied together. Then you want to take the ones that are 4 tied together at the knots and go in the very front of the chest at this bubble and wrap this around the black pinch twist in the very front. Kind of twist it around until it's secure. Just like that. And then you want to take your other set of 2 black 260s and go follow this brown mocha balloon down to the first pinch twist and wrap one set right around there. And then do the same thing with the other set. On the other side where the mocha one runs down to this first pinch twist and wrap this set around there. Now, before we go any further, we're going to want to do a little cleanup on the back. So where you have a little piece of balloon, like just short little pieces, you want to, like at the bottom of this brown one coming out, you probably have a little piece of black balloon on there. Cut and tie that off. I tie it off out here and then wrap it around and just tuck the knot in the back somewhere to hide it. And then these little brown pieces that are sticking out, you want to nip those at the end and tie those off as well. Now, what we want to do is take 2 of these balloons, tuck 2 back for a second here. You're going to take, see the front chest where there's 2 mocha and 2 mocha. You're going to take 1 black one and just run it up along here. I just kind of a little bit longer. Just let it fit into there and wrap it around that pinch twist. Do the same thing on the other side. Wrap this one up along this other one, just a little bit longer than this other brown one, and wrap it around. Just like that. See how this is sticking out? This short piece, you can take that, cut that, and tie it off too. We're going to do the same thing on the left of the balloon as we do on the right. See these ones that you just added on the side? And there's 2 tucked in the back. Just leave these ones back here and twist a 2-finger bubble just like there is here, and just twist that around right like that. Do the same thing on the other side. And run one down right into this second pinch twisted black bubble. Not this one, but this second one. And wrap it around. So you have this. And now what you want to do is take these 2 long ones that are right behind here, behind this pinch twist on the chest. So take one of these from one side and take this one hanging down and measure from the center of the chest, measure 4 fingers down and twist that. And then take this one down here, 4 fingers down, and twist them together. Just kind of wrap these 2 together, right like that. So there's a triangle. Do the same thing over here. 4 fingers down from underneath this one. And in the bottom here, 4 fingers down. And twist those together so it matches on both sides. Right like that. So, see where these 2 V's are? These little triangles? We're going to put a pinch twist just to kind of hold everything together, a cherry tomato sized pinch twist in each one, each side. So do one over there and do one over here, right like this. Okay, now we're gonna work on going down the sides of the legs, and you want to measure these 2 bubbles that are coming out of this pinch twist 10 fingers down. So 5 and 5, and then twist right below that. And then we're going to make 3 1-inch bubbles and pinch twist them. And just use your longer bubble, the one that has the longer inflated part. And make 1, 2, and 3. And take one of these balloons and run it back up take the shorter one and run it back up to this pinch twist right here. And this, you can attach it right back up to this pinch twist, or you can cut it off. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna attach it, tie it off and attach it right up here just to thicken out his legs. But you can cut it off if you want to. And I'm gonna kind of tuck it under a little. So I have this. And then do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now to finish the leg, we want under these 3 pinch twists, halfway down, we want to make a 5-finger bubble and another 5-finger bubble back up to right here. And then you're going to pinch and tie that off. And then we're going to make a foot to go on here. And to do that, you need a Mocha 260 with a 7-finger tail. So 5, 6, 7, and let a nice puff of air out of it. We're gonna start with a little 1/2-inch size pinch twisted bubble. Pull this knot tight and turn it around. And then make a little loop that about this size. Maybe, let's see. Make a 1/2-inch bubble and pinch twist it, and then a 3-finger bubble and loop it around right to there. So a tiny little paw bubble. And then another 1/2-inch bubble, another 1/2-inch bubble, and pinch twist it. And then another tiny little 3-finger bubble, and loop that around. Wrap it good so it doesn't come undone. And do it again. Another 1/2-inch bubble, and a 1/2-inch bubble, and pinch twist it. And the 3-finger bubble, and twist it around. Then take this and we're gonna go over to this other side. About a 3-finger bubble and wrap it into the pinch twist on the other side. And here's his paw taking shape. And then we want to make a 2-finger bubble and 2 1/2-inch pinch twists on the bottom. A 2-finger bubble, wrap it around this pinch twist. And wrap this, push it down pretty flat and wrap it into those 2 pinch twists on the back of the paw. So you have this. And then this is just going to be 5 fingers, just the same size as this. 5 fingers, and we're gonna cut this and tie it off. Just kind of mush it down at the end, nip it a little bit right there. Just leak it out until it's about the same size, 5 fingers. And then tie that off so that you have a little end. I'm just gonna wrap it around 1 finger and just kind of tuck it in through there and pull it tight. You can add another Mocha balloon if you want to, if it's easier for you, but don't worry about it. So right in here, where this is looped together, just push this through and down. And then wrap it around, and then take this knot pull it and wrap it into those pinch twists. And turn it around. Just kind of wrap it on there. Right like this. I'm going to put the mocha in the back. And bring the black ones up front. Or however you want. It doesn't really matter. But this is how I'm going to do it. And then do the same thing you just did with this foot. Do it over here. And see these sticking out of the sides? We're going to run these back down to this pinch twist at the top of the leg here. Run this down. Wrap it around the pinch twist. And then we're going to measure 6 fingers. Twist it and wrap it in to this other side right here. Just to keep everything uniform. Do the same thing. Run this one down and go back across the other side. You can squeeze the air out if it's getting too tight before you twist it around your pinch twist so that it doesn't pop. Now that's wrapped around. Now we still need to fill out the head a little. So you want to take 2 more black 260s with 6 finger tails. And what you want to do is tuck one. See the top of his forehead right in between his eyebrows? Tuck one of those knots kind of under here and up through the back. And then do the same thing. So I'm holding a knot here. Do the same thing on this side. Tuck this up through. So you have both of the knots up here and then tie them together. I'm going to tie them 2 times. And cut that off above where I tied it. And then just pull these back here. And I'm going to bring these down to give his head some shape. But I want to curve these. So you're going to squeeze this out, kind of curve it to shape it. And then to keep that secure, see this balloon? It's right at the bottom of the pinch twist here, this long one that's coming out. I'm going to wrap that right over to the same pinch twist at the bottom of this brown balloon on the other side of the mocha brown. And then just wrap it into the pinch twist. Right like that. Now we're going to fill out the body, remaining part of our Rottweiler, and then do his back legs. Any short ones like this, we need the balloon to be longer. So you're going to take these little short ones and cut them off and tie them. This one might be long enough. Let's see. So if they're short, you want to cut them off, tie them, and replace them with a longer balloon with a 6-finger tail. So I'm going to wrap this black 260 around where I just trimmed off the short one. And these ones might be long enough. And see where there's none right here? I'm going to add another one in right on that pinch twist. So you have a black balloon coming out of each pinch twist. Right like that. You just want to fill it out so we can run these back along the balloon to kind of give them some filler. So what we want to do is take a black 260, inflate it the whole way, and tie the ends together. And let air out of it to make it mushy. Separate it with your thumbs. Twist it in half. Fold it in half and see where half of it is. And twist it so that you have 4 parts like this. Flip it in like a pumpkin. Tuck it inside. Kind of bend these to flatten it out so it sticks together so there's not like a hole showing through. And then go inside your Rottweiler here, where you have these two that were running down through the head. These two little balloons sticking out right here. See them? Just these things. And you're gonna tie one of these ends onto that. So just take those two loose balloons that are sticking through there and tie that in a little knot to get it in there. And then these long ones, you can cut off the short ones and tie them, or you can just tuck them in there and leave them in there to fill that balloon out if you want to fill out the body. And go right up above where this is, ending right about here where you just did your four, where that's ending. And we're gonna twist these all through the end of that 260 that's folded into four. So twist those ones in, and then make sure everything's matching on each side. See, I have two balloons coming out of this one pinch twist at the bottom of here. So make sure there's two balloons coming out of this one too, and there's only one. So I'm going to add one more. And I don't have to cut that off because that does reach the end of this fourth bubbled balloon that we just made. So I'm just going to take this and wrap that around. Tuck it through and wrap it up. So all my ends are going to get tucked right into that and wrapped around the very end. So it's kind of like you're making a pumpkin. I'm just going to wrap all those together right around there. Wrap them on this side. All together. Right there. There's two more. Wrap them together. Everything gets wrapped together. And then take two mocha brown ones. And we're going to tuck them up. See these two flat bubbles right here? Tuck them up underneath that. Bring them out here. And then tie them together. And you get out here. I'm going to tie them two times. Cut that off above the knot. And then tuck it up above this pinch twist right here on his neck. Or on his chest. Kind of tuck that there. That'll give him some mahogany on his belly. Or a brown color on his belly. So you have this. And then do the same thing. Get a little space here and twist it all together right there. So you have this. So that's all filled out. So you can curve this out, kind of squeeze it down to fill it out a little bit, like that. And then on the back here, we need a 7-finger bubble, 4 of them. So 4, 5, 6, 7, right to here. And we're gonna squeeze this up a little bit and twist it. Squeeze this up a little bit, twist it. So you want them all to be the same 7-finger bubbles. Twist 4 of those. And then, see these short ones, you can cut and tie these shorter ones off. You just need 4 black ones, and then make sure you tie them so the air doesn't come out. And the last 2, there will be 6 bubbles in there, but the last 2 are going to be these brown ones right here. And you're just going to tuck them into the 4 and wrap those up around. And then this around. I'm going to cut this extra one off. Cut this one off. And tie that. Now I want to make his little tail because we have to wrap stuff up around his tail. So I'm going to just make a loop like that because he had his tail trimmed off when he was little. Right like that. A little black loop. Right like that. And then I'm going to cut all these and tie them off. Alright, now let's put the back legs on. What we need for this to start with are two black 260s with 6-inch tails. And then two more black 260s with 6-inch tails. What we're going to do is start each balloon with a 1-inch bubble pinch twist. So pull it tight around. You can tie it just so it doesn't come undone if you want to. Do the same thing with the other one. So 2 pinch twists. What we're going to do, these round ones are at the bottom, and then curve one of the balloons a little bit on the top, and you're going to lay this over top of where this crack is, right here. You're going to take it down to where the black one is. The pinch twist, hold this pinch twist right here where this one is. And go over here to where this black one is, right at the bottom of it. And twist it. And then take your other one. You can take it off for a second. Take your other black 260, take that pinch twist and wrap it around. So one is going to go on the top, the one that you measured, and the other one's going to run right underneath. So it should be just about the same size on each side. Just about. And then just wrap that around the pinch twist. So you have something that looks like this. And then take two more black 260s with 6-inch tails. Do the same thing. The 1-inch bubble pinch twist. A 1-inch bubble pinch twist. Curve one of them right here. Just a little curve. It's going to lay right over top of the tail. And you're basically going to do the same thing. Twist it right here where the tail, where the crack is on the side. Twist that. And wrap the other pinch twist around that side. Take the longer balloon, which is the one you just wrapped around. And wrap that snug underneath of the tail. And twist the pinch twist around. Right like that. So you have this. Now we're going to build his back leg. And for that, we need to run one of the balloons back to this pinch twist. So run one back. The one from the middle, run that back here. And then we're going to run this one over here, but this time we're going to put a little curve in it right here. Going to bend that down so it curves. And then wrap it around this pinch twist. Now what we need to do is bring this down right to about, see where this is curved? 4 fingers. Right about 4 fingers from this pinch twist, from the end of this curved balloon. Go right here bring this down to there. And then put a twist in it. And then put a pinch twist in it. Put 2 pinch twists in it. Right like that. Wrap this down and then take this balloon in the back by the tail and wrap that right around those pinch twists. Wrap it kind of snug up against that curved balloon. Right like that. And now what we want to do is do the same thing on this side of the balloon that we just did. Okay, when you have the same on both sides, you're going to take one of these balloons, maybe the shorter one, and you're just going to run it right along. So there's a square here, right along the back here, and wrap that together. You should have about a 5-finger bubble. And then take it back across and cut it and tie it off. Okay, what I'm going to do is use these shorter ones up underneath. So I'm just going to move these out of the way. I'm going to use those to fill out some space. And I'm going to take 2 more black 260s and use these for the legs. I'm just going to take one up by the tail on each side. Up by the tail on each side and wrap it around. And what you're going to do is tuck these right in here. Pull them down. Pull the tail back up underneath your dog's butt. Right like that. And then bring them over and wrap them back around that 260. Do the same thing with this one. Now what you need to do is take a 5-finger bubble, make a 5-finger bubble, and then a pinch twist, and another pinch twist, and then make a 4-finger bubble, because, let me show you, this is where you don't want your dog's feet in the back to be too high. You want them to be level with his front feet, so it'll stand upright the right way. So this one's a 5-finger bubble, and then the next one is a 4-finger bubble, and then we'll put 2 pinch twists in, and I'll show you. The shape of the back legs is a little different than the front legs. So we have this, and then we're going to put a little paw in. This is going to bend a little. This one's in my way. This is going to bend a little. So this one's going to be sort of level with this pinch twist. This second one down will. And then down here, put a 2-finger bubble in, and then 2 black pinch twists. 1-inch bubble pinch twist with the black balloon, and then hold it there. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now you have this, and then you want to make a paw just like you did at the beginning. 1/2-inch bubble, pinch twist it, tiny little loop, same size as your front paw, 1/2-inch bubble, 1/2-inch bubble pinch twist, tiny little loop. It's about a 3-finger bubble loop, 1/2-inch pinch twist, 1/2-inch pinch twist, tiny little loop. 3-finger bubble and wrap it back to the other pinch twist. This is the same as you did for the front paws. And then a 2-finger bubble, 2 1-inch bubble or 1/2-inch bubble pinch twists. 2-finger bubble, wrap it around the side. Smush this one down underneath. So you have your paw. The top of the paw has this flat thing across it. Take your dog. Right here, where the paw is, you're gonna wrap this around those pinch twists, and then wrap this around and start wrapping this back up. The black one gets wrapped, doubled back the whole way up to here. And then you can break that off if you want, or just make a little bubble and wrap it right around here at the hip. And then just tuck it in to fill that out. That's what I would do. So it fills out this hole right here. And then take this in the back. And we're going to run it right up to this very first pinch twist. And then up to this one. So cut that off so that will run up there. You can use an extra one if you have to. I think I have enough. I'm going to make a little bubble here, wrap it around my pinch twist, and then wrap this around right here. So if you look at a picture of a Rottweiler, I have these extra pinch twists in right here to kind of make the back foot go the way I want it to. They have kind of a curve here. Here's his tail if you look at a real one. And you can use these pinch twists to be sort of like the joints. But they have a curve back here to their back leg. So these are the back legs, or leg, and what you want to do is flip this around, do the same exact thing with this side. And now what I'm going to do is crisscross these. You can add the correct anatomy if you want to, but I'm just going to leave it like this. So see where this square is? I'm just going to cross it, and then go from side to side up to each pinch twist on the hips. And then you should have one that's a little shorter. Run that one, squeeze it a little bit, and run it over to the one pinch twist on the other side and wrap that around. And then just push the knot in and then wrap the longer one up over the middle part. And you can squeeze it to fill it out until you get to the other part. Wrap that around the pinch twist. And then you can cut and tie that off, or you can hide it. I'm just going to hide it underneath. So here's the back legs. If you want to, you can run a third bubble right here. You can fill this out more if you want, and you can run another third one right here if you want also as well. You can put some mahogany color back here if you want to, and you also can fill these little holes in better if you want to, which I did with little black loops on the sides. I just tuck these in, and you can attach them on the inside if you want to, but to add a little bit more of that mahogany color, you want to attach one of your balloons, a brown mocha 260 with a 6-finger tail. You attach it to one of the pinch twists right beside this tail, and you run it down through the balloon in the back, right like that, and then attach it in the center of this square. Just wrap it around, push it down, wrap it around, and then bring it back up right beside itself. Okay? Pull it back up through and run along this side and attach it right here on this 260. Right like that. And break it off and tie it. You can curl that up if you want. Right like that. So let's put his eyes in. So to make an eye for your Rottweiler, we want to have 2 cherry tomato sized bubbles, which about 2 fingers fit on there. And you might want to make both of these the same size at the same time, just so you can hold them up and make sure your eyes are going to be the same size. These bubbles are pretty important, so your dog looks uniform. So you want to take a little bubble and tie it together at the ends. Right like this, so it looks like a little kidney bean. And then cut the end off, and then cut that end off, and then tie these together. This is a 350 white one. It's easier to make the eyes with. Just tie it together and leave about 1 finger space between the brown little bubble and the knot. You can use the brown balloon or the white balloon, but you just want like a little space between this bubble and here. Now cut this end off up above the knot so there's not too much thickness hanging out when you tuck it in. So you have this, and you just want to blow up, I don't know, like 8 fingers. It doesn't really matter, because you're going to let the air out. And then you want to tuck this bubble in, push this down in, halfway in. Just push it in like this, and then you're going to hold it and then put a tiny little hole and leak that out. And while you're leaking out the air in the back, push this in to hold it in, and then kind of leak the air out around it. Just the tip of that balloon is sticking out, right like that. And then if you have a 350, you can kind of form it around in a circle a little bit better, because you have more latex to work with for the eye. And then right in the back here, we're just going to tuck our eyes in, so you can just cut that off, unless you want to tie the eyes in, but I'm just going to tuck mine in. And then in the center of this, you want to draw a black circle for the pupil. And just try to match it up with your other eye. So I have 2 eyes about the same size. And then what you want to do is make the tongue. Take a 350 and cut it off about, say, about 3 fingers away from the end. And then we're going to cut right up at the very side of it. Start cutting that. Trim this little edge off. And then go up on the curve when you trim it off. Start to go around the curve. And then just trim it off right up about here. Don't go like the whole way down here and cut it off, because that little bit is going to hold your tongue upside down like that. If you cut it that way, it'll make it curve. So just cut it up here and then just trim it off right about 3/4 of the way over the curve, but don't go the whole way down the other side. So right up there, and that will hold your tongue open whenever you flip it. You want to flip it inside out to tuck your tongue in. And the last thing we need are the eyelids. And this part's a little bit tricky, but I'm going to help you do it. You want to inflate a 260. It only has to go across the head of your dog right here. So you just want to blow it up a little bit longer and mush this out a little bit. And we're going to squeeze this through and put it over the eyes. So right between these bubbles, the mocha and the black, we're going to carefully put the knot through the very center and slowly pull that up, lift it away from itself, but get it up to the other side and wrap it around the ear. And we want our dog to look a little bit on the mean side. So we can make his eyebrows, or eyelid / brows go down a little bit. So I have one right here. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to mush this down and then wrap it up around the ear. And then I need something to hold my eyes in underneath. So I have 2 eyelids. So I'm coming back with this balloon. I'm going to come back across. But this time I'm going down here. Just mush it down and go across the nose, the bridge of the nose. Just tuck it back right up on these mahogany ones. Kind of tuck it back into the head. You have to play around with this a little bit, but you can do it. I know you can. So I'm going to tuck, shape it down out around. Let me show you. Shape it down around and tuck that in, because my eyeball is going to go and get tucked right in here like that. So you don't want a lot of air in there. You just want a little bit, just enough to hold your eye in. So shape that down around. And then pop this off after you're done. And tie it. This is what mine look like. Right here. This is not a lot of air in here or in here. And then there's the eyelid. So I just added this, this, across and up. And now I'm going to tuck my eyes in. So right in between where you just put those bubbles, tuck in your eyes to where you are happy with them. Here's one. And he can look cross-eyed if you're not careful, so you have to kind of play with them for a minute and tuck the eyes. Kind of tuck them up under the eyelids so he doesn't look like he's like big, you know, eyes bulging out. So there's his eyes. And then I'm going to take his tongue and then tuck it right in here. So his tongue's hanging out. You don't have to put a tongue. I just thought it was funny. And here is your Rottweiler. And if you want to fill this out, you can. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Thanks for watching.